there, and welcome back to It's Time for Yarn. Today, I'm going to show you all of the goodies that I found at my recent trip to two Ollie's bargain stores in my area. Stick around. Now, before we get started, if you like yarn, if you like to crochet, if you like discussing awesome patterns, then go ahead and click that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now, it's time for yarn, you guys. Vita is here to take her nap with us. She's not bathing today, just taking a nap. She just joined me, and here she is. She showed up at my house one day and decided that she liked us and hasn't left, so here we are. But anyway, let's get started, you guys. I am so excited. In the background, you'll see two blankets that I made out of yarn from my last Ollie's haul. I had enough of it to make two. This is the Chevron Granny from Bag O' Day, and I loved it so much. It was so easy. The Huga, I think's how you say the fur name, Huga yarn worked up great in this granny square. It's kind of hard to see the stitches because it's fur, but with this granny square, granny chevron, it worked well in that, and you were still able to see what you're doing. So anyway, look at that. I'm excited. Look at this Huga fur from Red Heart. It was $4.99. It was originally $2.99, so it was about half price. I got enough of this because my son, who has taken home my mosaic rainbow blanket, has requested one that's in burgundy or maroon and black. So when I saw this and how soft it is and how much yardage comes in this, it's still $4.99, which isn't the best deal, the lowest price, but there is so much yardage. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, the sticker's covering up that one. Oh, there are 260 yards in this ball, which goes a pretty long way. In these granny chevrons, it went pretty far. So my plan is to hold two strands together to kind of thicken it up some, because even though this is a bulky 5, the actual strand is kind of thin and it just has a lot of fur around it. So it doesn't really bulk up that much on its own. So I'm going to hold two together, and I'm planning to just do a simple half double crochet blanket just across. The pattern on here is a knit. I can knit kinda, but I haven't practiced it enough to really feel comfortable with it or to really enjoy it. So I'm just going to work up a half double crochet with this and see how it feels. When I had to frog sometimes with these chevrons, it did frog well. Usually when there's a fur or a halo, when you try to pull it back out, it can stick to itself and really cause a mess. But it frogged pretty easily. So I'm hoping that if I make a mistake or if I get going and I realize I don't really like it in the half double, that it'll be able to be frogged okay. So we'll see. So I got several of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, Vita, 5. Why are you gotta take a bath every time I film? 6, 7, 8. I got 8 of these. And then he also requested some black with it. I don't know if I'll make this one with black or if he might just get two. I might just get inspired and do a different one in burgundy and black. But I found this Red Heart. It's more of the Huga. I'm going to get that right. I promise. Huga. More of the Huga yarn. This has 432 yarns in the ball. So let me see. It is a medium 4, which I've been really digging medium 4 lately. This one's kind of a thinner medium 4, but you know, it's okay. It's got little sparkles in it, which I don't know. I might use it to make a blanket for him or not. I just like to have black. I mean, I just like black. So when I see it, I have to pick it up. This was $4.99 a skein, so I thought that was a pretty good yardage for that price. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those. And when I did the math, I wasn't sure if I was going to hold this together with one of these. So I did the math and calculated it up to where I have the same amount of yardage in the fur as I do the Huga charm. So I have the same amount of yardage in those, but I'm not sure if I'll use them together or not. But anyway, ready to see what's next? I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so I have been watching, other crocheter YouTubers for quite some time, and I recently found Blue Eyed Style, and she has a airy poncho that I am so interested in. Now, I've never made any clothing. I've only made a couple of stuffed animals. I really like to just make blankets. It's my wheelhouse. I just enjoy that. Here, living in Florida, it's so hot most of the time that I'm like, I don't want to make a sweater. It's too hot for a sweater. Are you serious right now? But the air conditioner is always kicking. So whenever we go out somewhere, go to a restaurant or something, and we go in, it's freezing cold inside the restaurant, which is nice to get out of the heat, but when you're sitting there trying to eat, it can get kind of chilly. So I was like, let me see if I can make this airy poncho that will be enough to kind of keep me a little bit warm if I'm in a restaurant, but also not be too hot because I'm in Florida. So in Ollie's, I was so excited to find this. Now, to me, I've only ever bought yarn that's in like a scheme like this, So when I saw this, I was like, oh, wow, that looks fancy. Look how fancy that is. And, it's got a feeling in it, it's squishy. I was like, oh, fancy. I'm excited about. Let me see that. And so was originally $7.99, but it was $3.99 for one of these. And this is the Caron X Pantone. And this is in mushroom grayish. So it's not a beige, it's not a gray, it's kind of in between, which is what I was going for. I wanted something kind of neutral that I could just kind of have in my car with me. And if I go into a restaurant, it doesn't really matter what I'm wearing. I can just grab that and then kind of go with everything. It don't look silly. But anyway, so this I'm excited about because it is, let me see, where are the specs? Where are they? Here we go. This is 100 grams, so 3.5 ounces, 127 yards, but I'm excited because it is 60% acrylic, which is what I usually work with. I usually work just with acrylic yarns, 20% nylon, but then it's 20% merino wool, which is the fancy wool. So I was like, oh, I want to try that. That's so exciting. And it's a bulky 5. So, usually the bulky 5s I work with are like the fluffy kind. This one's a little bit thinner. But that's what I'm looking for to make this poncho. I'll link that pattern down below, that tutorial that she has. I'm excited to give it a try. Now, I did look up a video from the crochet crowd to learn how to unskein this. Each of these braids is a ball of yarn essentially, so it has to be like caked up. I have a yarn winder that I'll wind that into individual cakes. So I'm not really looking forward to that part other than getting to play with my yarn winder. That's kind of fun. So I'll have to get these ready before I start. So when I get going with that, I'll have to be like committed, like, okay, it's time to make the poncho. So it's kind of nice because it's almost like a blanket that has like a neck hole in it, like a hole for your head. So I think I'll be able to do it and be confident in it and be okay. So I'm excited to try that. So let me see. These were $3.99. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really 6. Okay. There were 16 of these. There are only 100 grams in each one, so that's 1,600 grams. So I'm hoping that's enough to make a poncho for me. I feel like it is. I'm a kind of a big person, but it's an airy pattern. And when you buy these bargain yarns, you have to make sure you get enough because if I were to run out, there's no guarantee I'll be able to find this online. There's no guarantee I'll be able to go back to the Ollies that I went to and find this same yarn again, which they did have a few left still. I've left it there. I was trying not to spend too much money, but I wanted to make sure I had enough that I could actually make something out of it. So we'll see how that goes. with these. Well, I'll keep you updated. I'm super excited about this next thing. I'm so excited about this yarn that I found. Okay. I mean, I probably didn't get the best deal on it, but it was a pretty good deal. It wasn't bad. It's a bad deal. Now, you guys have seen me talk about this Caron Jumbo that I got at an Ollie's haul a few weeks ago, and how this works up using color pooling into an Argyle pattern. So yesterday I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to sit down and work up the stitch count and figure out what I could do with it. Now, this is my practice swatch, and it's technically it's making the X's. You can see them, but it's technically off a little bit. Off by it's supposed to be offset by one stitch, and this is technically offset by two stitches. And I just could not get it to line up right, and I was getting so frustrated. So after like 6 times of taking it out, trying it again, back and forth, all of that, I was frustrated. So I said, you know what? Let me get a different skein, because sometimes skeins are just a little bit different, and one will like you and the other one will not, and it is what it is. So I got out a different skein, and it's working, you guys. I'm so excited. It's working. So here it is. See the X's? See how much like more slender they are? The other ones, when it's off by 2, are a little more like squatty, a little squishier, a little like chunky, a little chunkier. But these are more narrow. You can see the diamond right there. Do you see that diamond? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I've been working on this. I can see it. It's getting me motivated. I'm like, yes, let's do this. And so anyway, excited about that. Glad it's coming along. That being said, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. It is not another Caron, but it is more Red Heart stripes. Ah! This is Super Saver stripes in Derby stripe, and I love these colors. Love them. Look at that green, that neon pink. Love the navy blue, the beige, and the neutral here. Love them. Love these colors. I actually haven't noticed this in stores. So, I mean, I don't know if they just didn't have them where I was, or I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But I saw it, and I was like, I have to get that. I have to get it. It is $3.99. It was originally $5.99, so a little less than half price. But it will work up in these squares like this. At least that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, because this was neon stripes in this same kind of scheme. So I'm excited. I am totally on board with the color pulling right now. I don't know why, but it's just what I feel like doing right now. So that's what I'm doing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 of those. And I just think that when I make that into a blanket, picking one of these solid colors, probably the navy blue, I'll probably do the dark navy as the border, because I like to do dark colors on my borders, because you're like pulling and tugging, especially for kids and stuff. So when you're pulling and tugging on the sides to like cover up, your hands may be dirty, or they may be dragging it around. And if it's a light colored border, I feel like it gets grungier quicker. So I like to use a dark color in my borders. So I'll probably find a dark navy solid to go around the edge of that. And I was very excited. I was so excited to work on that. So thank you for watching, and leave me a comment. Let me know which one of these projects you're most excited about. I'll put up some video of other yarns that I saw. There was a silver that I wanted to get it so bad. It was a chunky 6 or bulky 5, one of those two, but it's the kind of yarn that I really enjoy working with. But after putting all of this in my cart, I had to control myself, had to reel it in. So I've got plenty of projects to work on, and I missed the silver. I'm sure it won't be there next time I go, but it is what it is. So one thing at a time, one project at a time, one haul at a time. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, it's always time for yarn.